Welcome to this Mission Sonlight Extra. I'm Christopher Beeson, and my guest today is Marcus Alt. Marcus, thanks so much for joining us. You came a long way to sit down and visit with us today. Tell me where you're from and what you're doing.
I'm from Switzerland, and I'm currently setting up the GR3 Europe office in Switzerland, dealing with issues in Africa and Europe.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about the kind of issues that you're dealing with. I think we're going to focus on the European issues today.
Right. At the moment we have big problems, as you probably heard, with refugees coming in from Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, and recently I was on Lesbos, the Greek island closest to the Turkish shoreline, and I was there when the refugees came across on their boats.
Okay, we've got some pictures, so as the folks are looking at the pictures, tell me what we're seeing. What's going on with these folks?
On the pictures you see rubber boats that are actually designed for, I think, 18 people, and they are filled with 50, 60, 70 people. It's all right in nice weather, but when the waves are a bit higher, they get swamped in with water, and so the people come after 2 hours of driving there. They're cold, wet, hypothermic, some are in shock. There's some people with injuries, and they come across to the islands where they then get changed, get dry clothes, or get some first medical aid. That is crucial.
Now, you're saying people, but the reality is these are folks from infancy to old age.
The youngest one we had when we were there was, I think, 10 days old, a baby. And you can tell that this doesn't hold a lot of temperature. And we had an old grandfather as well, whom his son was worried about. They brought him in on a stretcher. He was in shock, he was hypothermic, he was cold all over. So we stripped him of everything, put him on the blankets, and put hot water bottles on him.
Now, this one picture that we can see on the screen, it looks like somebody curled up in a sleeping bag. Tell me just real quickly what we're seeing.
Okay, that's my wife. We were given a big donation of army equipment, amongst which were sleeping bags, inner linings, and the outer lining. The outer lining is a waterproof type. I made some holes at the bottom because we were also given some blow dryers type thing.
You made this, what we're looking at?
I designed that. Yeah, this blow dryer is from a hospital. They didn't need them, 8 of those I had. And I made a hole in the foot of the sleeping bag, and I put this hose in, and you can tell it to normal body temperature. It's meant for that, but not with an army sleeping bag.
So people coming over on boats,
right.
Some of them get wet, some of them get soaked,
right.
And particularly small children aren't able to regenerate that body heat, and so this is something you can actually save a life in.
Exactly. You know, 2 days ago, I got the message that a little child died because of that. They couldn't warm her up quick enough, and that is frustrating. At home I have 2 pallets ready to go, ovens in it, sleeping bags in it, and 2 of those in each pallet of those special kowama, we call them, cocoon warming machines, that could have saved that girl's life. They're sitting at home. I need to get funds to ship them out.
Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about those needs. Tell me first, people are leaving, and we hear a little bit of it on the news. Why do they leave, and what do they face when they arrive?
All right, a lot of people are internally displaced. So in Syria there is 7 million, 7 point something million people that are internally displaced. So they left home and are somewhere else waiting for the mess to clean up at home so they can go back. They want to go back. They had a good life. Syria was not a very bad place to live in, but now it is. And after a certain time, kids don't go to school anymore. They're not welcome there. They can't work. So it's not a comfortable place to be. So eventually they say, okay, let's go to Europe. Maybe we'll have a better life there.
Thank you for joining us for this Mission Sonlight Extra.